When your cat puts their paw on you, do you actually know what they are trying to say? Yes, it is adorable to see, but behind that sweetness, there is something deeper that most people miss completely. It is one of the most emotionally loaded things your cat can do, and if you respond the wrong way, which most owners do, you might quietly break the trust they were trying to offer you. Let us start with what that paw really means. Point number 1, they need something but refuse to beg. Ever notice your cat gently placing their paw on you while you are eating, working, or just sitting on the couch? Here's what's happening in that moment. Your cat wants something from you, but unlike dogs who whine, bark, or shove their face into yours, cats have a completely different approach to asking. They tap. This soft paw touch is their version of saying, "Excuse me." It is polite, it is controlled, and it is shockingly intentional. Here's why this matters so much. Cats did not evolve to communicate with humans. Meowing? That's actually a behavior they developed almost exclusively for us humans. In the wild, adult cats rarely meow at each other. But the paw touch is different. It's borrowed from how cats interact with other cats naturally. It's a low-pressure signal that says, "I am here, I need something, but I'm not demanding it from you." And what makes this even more fascinating is why they chose you to ask. Cats don't just tap anyone who walks by. If your cat is putting their paw on you instead of meowing non-stop or knocking things off the counter to get attention, it means they trust you to respond without them having to escalate their behavior. But here's the part most people miss completely. This gentle tap, it's not just about food or attention. Sometimes it's the first sign of something far deeper, a level of trust so rare that most owners don't even realize when it's happening right in front of them. We'll get to that one at the end, and honestly, it might change the way you see your cat forever. Point number 2, they're claiming you as their property. Have you ever wondered why your cat doesn't just rub against you if they want affection? Why the paw specifically? Here's something most owners have no idea about. Your cat has scent glands in their paw pads, and when they press that paw against your skin, your arm, your face, your leg, they are not just touching you, they're marking you. This is territory behavior, but not in the aggressive sense. It's actually the opposite. Your cat is saying, "This one is mine," in the most intimate way they know how. They are leaving invisible chemical signals on you that tell other animals and even other cats that you belong to them. Think about that for a second. When your cat gently places their paw on you, they're performing a tiny ritual of ownership. You're not just their caretaker who feeds them, you are their person, and they want the world to know it. And what makes this even more powerful is that cats are selective about what they mark. They don't just claim just anything they see. They mark the things that matter to them, their favorite sleeping spot, the corner of the couch they have decided is theirs, and you. So the next time that little paw lands on your arm, remember this, you have just been chosen officially. And hey, if this is making sense to you, take a second to hit like and subscribe. It helps us reach more cat lovers who actually want to understand what their cat is trying to tell them. Point number 3, they're checking if you're still breathing. Ever been napping on the couch and suddenly felt a paw pressing into your face or chest? Maybe you thought your cat was being annoying. Maybe you assumed they just wanted food. But what if I told you they were checking to see if you were still alive? This sounds dramatic, but it's real behavior. Cats are hyper-aware of movement and breathing patterns. When you're asleep or completely still for a while, you stop giving off the usual signals they rely on. No talking, no shifting around. To your cat, something feels off, so they investigate. That paw on your chest? They're feeling for the rise and fall of your breath. That tap on your face? They're looking for a reaction, any sign that you're okay. Researchers who study animal behavior call this a wellness check, and it's not random. Cats typically only do this with the people they're most bonded to. They're not checking on strangers or guests who visit. They're checking on you, the one who feeds them, the one who pets them, the one they have chosen. So the next time your cat rudely wakes you up with a paw to the face, take a breath before you get frustrated. In their own quiet way, they were worried about you, and that little tap was their way of making sure you were still there. Point number 4, they learned this move from their mother. Why do cats use their paws to communicate in the first place? Where did they even learn this behavior? The answer goes back to the very beginning of their life. When your cat was a tiny kitten, still blind and helpless, they relied completely on their mother, and one of the first things they learned to do was push their paws against her while nursing. This motion, called kneading, helped stimulate milk flow, but it did something else too. It created comfort, safety, a sense that everything was okay. Now, here is what is fascinating. Most cats outgrow the need to knead for milk, but they never outgrow the emotional association. That pressing motion becomes hardwired as a self-soothing behavior. And when your adult cat places their paw on you, they are tapping into that same ancient feeling. You have become what their mother once was, a source of safety, a place where they can let their guard down. This is why some cats will put their paw on you and then immediately curl up or close their eyes. The touch itself triggers relaxation. It tells their nervous system, I am with someone I trust. Point number 5, they don't want you to leave them. Have you ever noticed your cat putting their paw on you right before you were about to get up, almost like they knew what you were going to do before you did it? That is because they did know. Cats are incredible readers of body language. They pick up on micro movements most humans would not even notice. The way you shift your weight, the subtle tension in your legs before you stand, the change in your breathing when you're about to move. Your cat sees all of it, and when they place their paw on you in that moment, they are making a request: stay. This is not neediness, it's not clinginess, it's actually one of the purest forms of connection your cat can show. They have learned your patterns. They know when you are about to leave the couch, leave the bed, leave the room, and instead of just letting it happen, they reach out. What makes this so powerful is that cats are not known for expressing vulnerability. They are independent, they hide pain, they pretend they do not need anyone. So when a cat actively asks you not to go, even in this tiny, silent way, it means something. Point number 6, they're saying, I'd risk my life for you. What if one simple gesture from your cat meant more than you ever realized? Remember earlier when I said some paw touches are signs of something deeper? A level of trust so rare that most owners never even recognize it. This is what I was talking about. When a cat places their paw on you and keeps it there, relaxed with no tension in their body, they are doing something that goes against every survival instinct they have. They are making themselves vulnerable on purpose. Think about what a cat needs to survive: speed, balance, the ability to launch in any direction at the moment's notice. All 4 paws on the ground means they're ready for anything. But when they lift one paw and rest it on you, they have just cut their escape options in half. They're telling you, I do not need to run, not with you. In the wild, this would be dangerous. A cat caught off guard with only 3 paws grounded is a cat that might not survive. But your cat is not thinking about survival in that moment. They're thinking about connection. This is the ultimate display of trust, not because they're being cute, not because they want something, but because in that quiet moment, they are choosing you over their own instincts. Why this gesture matters more than you think. Understanding what your cat's paw touch really means changes everything about your relationship. It's not just a cute behavior, it's a deliberate form of communication that your cat has chosen to use specifically with you. Every time your cat puts their paw on you, they are saying several things at once. They are saying they trust you enough to be vulnerable. They are saying you are important in their world. They are saying they feel safe with you, and they are choosing connection over survival instinct. Most people see the paw touch, smile, maybe take a photo, and move on. But now you know better. Now you understand the depth of what is actually happening. How to respond the right way. So what should you do when your cat puts their paw on you? The answer depends on the context, but the core principle is always the same. Acknowledge it with respect. If they are asking for something, like food or water, respond calmly. Do not make them escalate to meowing or knocking things over. They trusted you enough to ask politely. Honor that trust. If they are trying to keep you from leaving, pause for a moment when you can. You do not have to stay forever, but even 30 seconds of acknowledgement shows them their request was heard. If they're checking on you while you sleep, let them finish their wellness check. A soft word or gentle touch back tells them you are okay. If they're just resting their paw on you, let them. This is pure trust and connection. Enjoy the moment. These quiet seconds of contact are your cat saying they love you in the only way they know how. What not to do. Just as important as knowing what to do is knowing what not to do. Here are the mistakes most owners make that can break the trust their cat is offering. Do not push their paw away harshly. If you need them to stop, gently redirect. A harsh rejection teaches them that reaching out gets them pushed away. Do not ignore the paw touch completely. Your cat is trying to communicate. Even if you cannot respond right away, acknowledge them somehow. A word, a look, anything that shows you noticed. Do not get angry when they wake you up with a paw tap. They are checking on you because they care. Responding with frustration damages the bond. Do not assume every paw touch is just about food. Sometimes it is, but often it's about connection, comfort, or communication. Pay attention to the context. The deeper truth about cat communication. The paw touch is just one piece of a much larger puzzle of how cats communicate with us. Cats are constantly talking through body language, vocalizations, and subtle behaviors most people never notice. The slow blink that says, "I trust you," the head bump that marks you with scent, the kneading that shows comfort, the tail position that reveals mood, the chirping sounds they make when they see you. Every single behavior has meaning. Every single action is communication. And the more you learn to read these signals, the deeper your relationship with your cat becomes. Most people think cats are mysterious or impossible to understand. But the truth is, cats are constantly communicating. We just are not always listening. We are not always paying attention. We are not always fluent in their language. But you can change that starting today. You can become the kind of cat owner who truly understands what your cat is saying, and it starts with something as simple as paying attention to a paw. Why cats choose the paw specifically? Out of all the ways your cat could get your attention, why do they use their paw? Why not meow more? Why not rub against you more? Why not just stare at you? The answer is elegant. The paw touch is personal, direct, and impossible to ignore. It creates physical contact on their terms. It's gentle enough to not be threatening, but deliberate enough to get noticed. A meow can be ignored, a stare can be missed, but a paw on your arm, your leg, your face? That demands acknowledgement. And for a cat, that is exactly the point. They're not trying to be loud or pushy, they're trying to connect in a way that respects both your space and theirs. The paw is the perfect middle ground. The evolution of this behavior. Scientists believe that cats developed the paw touch through thousands of years of living with humans. Wild cats don't do this with each other frequently, but domestic cats use it constantly with their human companions. This means your cat's paw touch is part of an evolved language designed specifically for communicating with you. It's not instinct, it's learned behavior passed down through generations of cats who figured out that humans respond to gentle physical requests. Your cat is using a tool their ancestors developed just for talking to people like you. That makes it even more special. What this says about your bond. If your cat regularly puts their paw on you, it says something important about your relationship. It means they see you as safe, trustworthy, and worth communicating with. Not all cats do this with their owners. Some cats never develop this behavior because they never feel comfortable enough. Some do it rarely because trust was broken somewhere along the way. But if your cat consistently reaches out with their paw, you have built something real. You have created a space where your cat feels safe being vulnerable, where they feel heard, where they feel loved. That's not a small achievement. That is the foundation of a truly bonded relationship. Final thoughts. Your cat's paw touch is a gift. It's an invitation. It's a bridge between two different species trying to understand each other. Your cat did not have to develop this behavior. Their wild ancestors didn't need it, but they evolved it specifically for you, specifically for humans, specifically to communicate with the strange two-legged creatures they decided to live with. Honor that gift by paying attention. Honor that invitation by responding with kindness. Honor that bridge by walking across it towards your cat. The next time your cat puts their paw on you, you'll never look at it the same way again. You'll see it for what it truly is, not just a cute gesture, but an act of trust, vulnerability, and love. And that changes everything. If you found this helpful, please share it with other cat owners who need to understand their cats better. Subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into cat behavior, and leave a comment telling us about your cat's paw-touching habits. Your cat is talking to you every single day. Now you know how to listen.